Hello and welcome to the Listening Bee. Today's guest is Dr. Arul, a medical doctor and certified hypnotherapist who blends modern science with ancient wisdom. He spent years studying how nature, the subconscious mind, and holistic healing intersect. And today we're diving into what most people never question. What happens when we live against nature, and how can we rewire ourselves to come back into sync? So, Dr. Arul, thank you for being on the podcast. I'm so excited to talk to you today.
Yes, my pleasure.
Great. Well, I wanted to start by asking, what is the biggest thing that you learned that surprised you from all the research you've done?
I learned a lot about medicine, about pharmacology, about biology, anatomy, and something like that. So, and then I also interest in area of natural health. Yeah, I think it's aligned with our body. It aligns with our biological things, and it will be good for the long term. So, I think the holistics mean when we not only saw a people like a machine, because we as a human consists of at least four parts. The first one is mental, and the second one is physical, and then spiritual, and then social. So these four components should be used and optimized to optimize our overall well-being. So this is why I also interesting in learn uh, healing in natural way, like herbals, like energy medicine and something like that. And I think it will really helpful in my practice as a holistic health practitioner. I saw that many people feel really good after they did something like that. That's principle of healing like that. Yeah. So I also practice as holistic health practitioner here, and I serve many patients here, and the majority of them has degenerative disease, yeah, some such like something like diabetes, hypertension, yeah, and something like that. And most of them I think has not good uh healthy life, yeah. So I mean lifestyle, not I'm gonna go have like something that we eat and something that we do like movement is will our health in the future. So if we saw like a tree, so our the disease we can have analogy like a tree. Yeah, tree has a root and then the trunk and then the branch. Yeah, so the root of the disease is for the first one is emotion. Yeah, when we cannot manage our emotion, it will be a disease. Yeah, and then second one is the uh, our habits that always contact with poisonous things like smoking or something like that. Yeah. In long term, it also can impact our health. And then also from our movement habits. Yeah. If we always exercise, it will also support our physical health and also our mental and spiritual health. And then from our sleeping quality and sleeping duration is also important. I think we have to care about all aspects of our health because we have to see we are as a human, not only machine. Yeah. So we have to care all of aspects of the health. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's very cool. Thank you for explaining that. I love that you gave the example of like the tree and then how we have different areas of health like there's spiritual, emotional, physical and how we're not machines that can be fixed like a lot of things, but we actually
Yeah.
have a lot of different parts to us. So, as you see that and with the research and the people that you've helped, what are some of the biggest tips you have for people to connect better with those different aspects of their life and have a more healthier lifestyle?
Yes. I think the first one we have to realize that it's good, yeah, for our body to sync with nature. Yeah. We can see the lifestyle nowadays is not syncs with nature. Yeah. So we can imagine that our subconscious mind, yeah, evolved to respond a natural rhythm like sunrise and sunset, and then real social context, yeah, physical movement, fresh air, and natural sound. And nowadays, yeah, modern environments give very different signals, like like in the night, yeah, uh, light from the handphone screen and something like that, and then constant noise, and then unnecessary notification, and also long hours sitting in the chair. Yeah, in long term, this create mismatch with our nature. Yeah. And as the result, what is the result? The result is the nervous system in our body stays in alert mode more often. And then, of course, it also influence our sleep quality will be reduced, and also will happen hormones imbalance,
Mhm.
or hormones become irregular, and also it will impact our attention become more scattered, and then brain's reward system gets rewired toward fast digital stimulation, what we call it instant dopamine. Yeah, so this is instead of feeling calm and regulated, our subconscious mind become overloaded, yeah, and conditioned to an unnatural rhythm. So this unnatural rhythm in long term affect our health. And of course, we see right now many people, yeah, with degenerative disease. The first thing of they do before is has related with unnatural rhythm. Yeah, so it is important to practice natural rhythm in our daily activity to make sure that our health is not only for today but also for tomorrow and until the end of the day we live in this world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating how like our subconscious mind is used to the old and the past where everything is like you're more calm than now when we have a bunch of artificial things in our lives that disrupt what we're used to and how we can see like a notification as with the same triggering the same response as if we see like a tiger or something in the past because we're still our brain is still stuck in the past and so when it comes to having a calm regulated system in the present when we have phones and AI and people that we talk to online and things like that, how can we get back to, like, having less stimulation and having more of a calm, grounded mind?
So it's really interesting question, I think. So one of the practical solution is to immersion in nature. Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
So it's good to immersion in nature. Even we do it briefly and regularly. Yeah. For example, we can do morning sunlight. Yeah, and then walking in a green area for 20 minutes without headphones. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is worse? Yeah, it's really worse because like in the morning, reset the circadian clock. Yeah. So our body has biological clock and it can activate it when we contact with the light in the morning.
Mhm.
And then also we can walking in the nature of surface earth. I mean, have you ever heard about grounding or earthing?
Yes, grounding, I've heard about it.
So grounding or earthing mean that we contact directly to the natural surface of the earth, like soil, grass, and something like that. When we contact to the this kind of the surface, it has so many benefits for our body. It's simple things has so many benefits for our health. For example, yeah, it can reduce the inflammation in our body. Yeah.
Huh.
Yes, if we do it routine, earthing or grounding every day, 20 minutes at least, it can reduce the inflammation in our body. As we know that inflammation is one of the root cause of many diseases nowadays.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think it's really, really helpful. And then the second one, it can increase our sleep quality. Yeah. Imagine when we have good quality sleep, yeah, not from another things, but only from earthing every day. So I think it's really big benefit that we can get if we do it regularly, yeah, grounding or earthing. And then,
Wow, that is super cool. That's a cool new thing that I wanna try out, go outside and ground for 20 minutes.
okay,
How does
I
that
want to ask
work?
you,
Because I'm
yeah,
excuse me?
I want to ask you, when's the last time you do earthing or grounding?
Yesterday, I was at school and we had, like, a free period, so I went
Yeah,
outside and I laid on the ground while I did homework.
okay,
So
it's
I'm
really
good.
good,
I've
really good.
I've touched grass.
Yeah,
But I'm curious, how does that work? Because I know that whenever I go outside and lay down, I feel way calmer after, but I know a lot of people are curious, like, does that even work? Is that scientifically proven? Like, how does that reduce inflammation? How does it work scientifically?
there is something like electron transfer, yeah. When we contact
Oh.
directly to the earth, there's something like electron transfer. So surely it can reduce the inflammation, it can make our blood flow, yeah, be better. And then of course it also can, I mean, increase our energy, yeah. Yeah, we can saw it in many papers and scientific paper right now. Yeah. So I think it's simple, the simplest thing that we can do to reduce inflammation. And because the inflammation is one of the root cause of many diseases right now. And then
Yeah.
also we have to make sure that when we do like earthing or grounding, we make sure that the place is clean, yeah, not something like a dangerous thing. We have to make sure that. And also the key is inconsistency. Yeah.
Mm.
As you said that you did it before, it's really good. But do you know that when I asked to my patient, many my patients said that I did it the last time I did it in 2 years ago, 1 years ago. Yeah. This happened in my daily conversation, yeah, with them. So I think it's important for us, particularly young generation, yeah, we invest in our health. One of the simplest thing that we can do is earthing or grounding.
Yeah. Very cool. As you were talking, I was thinking about like right now it's about to become winter where I'm in. I'm in Texas. And
Oh yeah.
so we're used to the hot and the heat and we're a lot of people here were comfortable with that. So I think that more people would go outside and ground during the summer, but what do you recommend you do if it's like winter and it's cold and you don't want to go outside because it's too cold?
Yes, of course. Maybe the climate is different in around the world. Yeah, here in my place there is no uh, snow and something like that. Yeah, we always, yeah, the climate is not, the winter is not too different in every time in a year. Of course, we can do it every day. Yeah, without any
Mhm.
limitation, without any, yeah, setback, something like that. But I think it when the winter and the climate not support it, I think we don't have uh, other option. But I think we can do something else that can also support our health, because if we do like grounding when the I mean the winter is not support, I think it also cannot give the really good benefit for us. For example, it can make our skin like it's not feeling good too. We have to recognize what is the best time for do it, and where is the best place to do it. Not every place we can do it, and not every time we can do it. Yeah, so we have to recognize the best time and the best place to do grounding. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
also besides of that, yeah, the simple thing that we can do to keep our health optimized is breathing. Yeah, breathing is really important. You can imagine we eat maybe at least maybe maximum 3 times a day, right? We eat, yeah, but we breathe 1,000 times a day, yeah, more than maybe 15 until 30,000 a day. So it really impact our health, yeah. So we have to realize the good way to breathe too. The first one is we have to breathe with nose, because
Okay, so
there is
in with nose.
our filtration in our nose, and then it's also humid the air, it can filtrate any bacteria, any dust and something like that, yeah, to enter in our body. And then of course the healthy things to do breathe is light, slow and deep. Yeah. So we do it light, slow and deep. It's really important to maximize our breathing. And then have you ever heard about 4-7-8 breathing technique?
478. Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever heard about it? So it's really important too. I mean, we sometimes feel confused how to makes our body relax. Yeah, but this one is I think really practical and simple way to make our body relax. We only need to inhale 4 minutes, and then we hold it. I mean, 5 seconds. Yeah, 4 seconds. Inhale 4 seconds, and then we hold it 7 seconds, and then exhale for 8 seconds. I think it's really helpful because of what? Because it can activate our parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah, our parasympathetic nervous system, it will makes our body relax, and then it can reduce our stress, reduce the tension in our body. Yeah, we can do it about 6 until 7 times. Do 4-7-8 breathing. So I think this also will help if we have something that maybe not good in our mind. Yeah, we have something like overthinking, overanalyzing. Yeah, so we cannot do it. Yeah, I think it's really helpful.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. And, I've been doing a lot of research about, like, the parasympathetic nervous system. I don't know if I said it maybe wrong, but, I know what you're talking about, and I've heard that, whenever we wake up in the morning, if we look at our phones first thing, like you said earlier, the blue light, it disrupts our system, and a lot of things that we do disrupts that system. Same thing with, like, multitasking, like, I'm guilty of this. Sometimes when I do chores, I'll listen to music or a podcast at the same time when I've learned that that actually makes your brain and your system speed up and get more like cortisol and stress from it instead of, having less stimulation and having it like slow down and be calm and peaceful. But when it comes to that, what is your advice for people? Because I think a lot of people right now think that if I do 5 things at once, I'm more productive because I'm getting more done. But in reality, it gives us more stress. What do you think about that?
Yes, yeah, I'm on your side about this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, our like we right now often cannot hear what our body communicate. Yeah, so of course our body, yeah, we need enough sleep and we need enough rest. Yeah, so I think productive doesn't mean that we have to do all things simultaneously. Yeah, but we have to like we create prioritize what we should do first and what we can delay it to do it later. I think to support our health, yeah, our mental health, our physical health, we have to make like a priority scale. Yeah, this one is okay. This one can I do it first, and then this one okay. This need more time so I can do it tomorrow or something like that. So we have to create like a priority scale, and then of course about this we have to know that our body, yeah, if we don't have enough time to sleep, yeah, I think everything will be bad. I mean like this, yeah. There's enough time to sleep is also mean productive. Yeah, yeah. Because of what? Because when our sleep is not enough and the quality of our sleep is not enough too, so it will decrease our productivity. Why? Because it can decreasing our focus. It can reduce our memory ability. And in long term, it will cause many degenerative disease. Because of what? Because when we sleep, it's called regenerative state in our body. Yeah. There is something like detoxification. Yeah. There's something like the balancing of our hormones. Yeah. But when we press our body, yeah, to not having sleep, to always work because it's always productive, yeah. Okay, maybe you can do more work. You can finish many tasks, yeah, in that day. But if we wanted to get more productive in long term, if we want to stay healthy until we getting old, yeah. So our priority is in the sleep. Yeah, I think it's based on our perspective, yeah. If our perspective only is productive mean that we can did many tasks in a day, okay, maybe yeah, it's the term of productive. But when we recognize productive as we can do many things in the future until we getting old, we stay productive until we getting old. Yeah. So the the productive is this perspective, I think more relevant and more I think more has many benefits with us. So I think when we prioritize our health, so our productive of course will be increasing too. Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Cause yeah, I really see that a lot of people are taking for granted their sleep in order to be more productive from their perspective, when in reality, if we have sleep and we're in that place where we have enough focus, that whenever we do our work, it's gonna be way better and way more in depth than if we're just trying to get everything done out all at once and not being okay with moment by moment getting things done. So that's amazing. And then whenever it comes to AI now, like coming into play with this, AI can be a great tool for getting a lot of tasks done. But how do you see it impacting us and our relationship with ourselves and nature and our life in general?
Yes, of course. As I said before, it also impact our life, our relation with nature, our relation with socials, and something like that. Yeah. So I will give you example. Yeah. So when we cannot use it wisely, it will happen something called with dependence in social interactions. AI is increasingly taking over. Yeah. the function of we as humans to communicate. Yeah,
Mhm.
and also this
Wow.
can impact social and empathic abilities. Yeah, and then of course we say that people right now easily can communicate, can sharing anything with AI. Yeah, they can share their problem. Yeah, oh my God, I have something Bali me so sharing with AI. So I hope I can get good feedback. Yeah, and he is a good listener. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and then when we have a problem with our friends, we also sharing it with AI. Yeah, or my friend don't want to go to holiday with me or something like that. We share. So what is the possibility of this kind of rejection? Yeah, we say it. So we can understand what we have to do with our friend. I mean, this is will not go because of what? Because when we cannot use it wisely, we will our connections, our real connection with our environment, with our friends, with our family will decreasing. Because of what? Because we need social connections, the real social connection. And because when we sharing with our friends and we sharing with our parents, it will really helpful. Not only for the I mean, like a solution that they give, but also it can. I mean, two brain is better than one brain to overcome one problem. That's what I mean. So it's like be directional conversation. The real conversation, it help. It will make us to overcome our problem, and also in the long term, from this kind of dependency with AI, yeah, it will make something like identity confusion. Yeah,
Huh.
I mean, the overly dominant use of AI can lead to identity disorientation. Yeah, over more and especially is in adolescent or yeah individuals who still developing character. Yeah, so the value is determined more by AI than by their personal value, thereby I mean, than by their environmental value. I think this is really important too. pers- uh, Particularly for adolescent, yeah, or individual who's still developing character.
Yeah. That's fascinating, and I've definitely seen that, especially with, like you said, adolescents and people developing still, like, mentally, because our brain keeps developing till we're 25, and if we're using AI to outsource our beliefs and values and what we should do, then we don't grow our real self as a person, and we don't really know who that real self is because we're using AI kind of as a substitute for a lot of our decision making, which is it's just fascinating to me. But yeah, thank you for everything that you shared today. I learned so much, and I think that this is going to be really useful to the audience too. And with that being said, are you ready for our last guest's question to you?
Okay, are you
Okay,
ready?
so this one is a two-part question, and I'll go in order. But the first one is, if you're not thinking about the past or the future, where is it?
Yeah, if we not thinking about past or future, so what's it? So it's mean that we are enjoying our present moment. Yeah, we enjoying our present moment. Yeah, when we drink the water, we feel the glass. Yeah, and when we water entering our mouth, we feel the yeah we feel the water. Yeah, we feel enjoy. We feel gratitude for the God for the water that we have. Yeah, and it will make us enjoy our now moment. Yeah, it's really important because of what? Because when we can enjoy our present moment, it's what call is present. Yeah, because the now is present. So if we live for tomorrow, we'll be anxious. Why? Because oh my God, what happened next? Something bad will happen. I will lose to this game. I will fail to entering this mayor or something like that. We will always feel anxious, yeah, if we live for tomorrow. But if we live for yesterday, yeah, for the past, of course we will always feel regret. Oh my God, what did I do? I have actually it's the bad thing that I did before. So it will be so many regrets, so many overthinking. So it's mean that when we live for now, we will more feel joyful and we will more feel gratitude with we have right now. So it's what important. It's not only yeah support our mental health. but it also in a long term, yeah, support our physical, emotional, and spiritual health. That is why now call it present. It's important to live in current situation. Also, we not deny that we have to prepare for uh, future and we have to learn from yesterday. It's important, but we have to use it like spion, yes, spion. You know, yeah. So sometimes we have to learn from the past, but it not always, yeah. But the most important thing is we have to focus uh on our vehicle right now, yeah, yeah. We enjoy the scenery and something like that. Yeah, this is very important. I think.
Yeah, I love that reminded us about the importance of focusing on the now. And when you were saying that, I'm also like curious if people are, you know how people scroll on Instagram Reels and YouTube and things like
Yeah.
that. Are we in the now moment when we're doing that and paying attention to something, or are we escaping from our life? Like, what do you think about that?
Yes. If we scrolling social media like yeah something when we do it consciously, I mean of course we consciously oh this is time for me to rest. So it's okay for 5 minutes I scroll on social media. I think it's okay because to relax our mind because we already did many assignments, many things that we done before. So I think it's okay if we take for a moment to rest, yeah, with social media or something like that. But the problem is when we call it doom scrolling, so we we forgot about time, we forgot about assignment that we have to do, we forgot about our plan this morning. We waste many hours to only scrolling on social media. This is the problem. Because of what? Because it's called with instant dopamine. Yeah. Instant dopamine produced when we feel happy with like something like yeah, funny video, yeah, and then a fun fact in social media, something like that. That I mean, like algorithm that suitable with our interest. Yeah. So it's called with instant dopamine. So instant dopamine is not help. Yeah. Because of what? Because it can reduce our motivation. Yeah. To get something to achieve something in the reward. For example, when actually we have to learn something today, but when we use too many time, waste too many time in scrolling on social media, we feel happy for a moment, but for a long term, we will feel really regret. Oh my God, what I did today. I spent so many hours in social media, but right now already 10 p.m. Oh my God,
Mm,
I have to sleep, yeah, something like that. So it's okay if you wanted to I mean, take a rest for a moment, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, yeah. If we choose it consciously, but when we do it without any control for so many hours, yeah, without any control, doom scrolling, and it increase our instant dopamine, yeah, it's really not good, yeah. So we have to choose it wisely and consciously, yeah. I
yeah.
hope you
Thank you for
get my point, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it, and that makes a lot of sense that, it's okay to just rest and watch a few videos, but whenever you go into the doom scrolling, that's not good, and how it's giving you dopamine for short term, but not long term. So it's like type 1, type 2 fun, which is that's very cool. Um, are you ready for our last question from our previous
Okay,
guest? Okay,
okay, I'm
this is
ready.
the last one, and she asked, "If you were plopped onto the earth with no past, who would you be?"
Okay, if I don't have any memory, have no past, what would I be? Of course, I will not be anything because of what? Because our condition right now is created by our past, our experience,
Yeah.
our memory, and something like that. It what create us now. So it's like we have to like what is that analogy? Yeah,
Yeah.
analogy. The past like rear view mirror, rear view mirror.
Yeah.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, rear view mirror. So the past is like rear view mirror. It's okay to saw the review mirror sometimes. Because of what? Because we can know what happens in the last, what happens before, and something like that. It's important because the last time what we create now. But the most important thing is we have to choose things that empower us right now. Yeah. For example, many people like experience trauma and something like that, and they become unable to do anything. they become lack of motivation. They become like they have lack of desire or something like that. It's not good. Yeah, but we have to take the good things from the past that can empower us right now, and we also see the past as rearview mirror. Yeah, as rearview mirror, so we can get many learning, many lesson from the past. For example, before we did a mistake, yeah. So if we repeat the same mistake now, it means that we don't learn from the past. Yeah. So the best thing is we learn from the past and we take good things from the past to empower us right now. Yeah. But we have to make sure that we have to uh, make these things with reality too. Yeah. I mean, uh, not to, I mean, like exaggerate. Yeah. But we have to make sure that it can sync with our current reality. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we can make our past as a mirror, yeah, to see what happened before. We take lesson from our past and we take memory anything that can empower us today, right now. That's what I mean. So of course, if the question is what happened if I left now without memory, without past, of course I will not be anything because now it's created by the past. But we have ability, we have power to react. So we have to react in the good way. That's what I mean. I hope you understand
Yeah.
like
Well, that's such a beautiful note to end it on. Thank you for everything that you shared today, Dr. Arul.
okay, my pleasure.